According to our media partner, the Baltimore Banner, Davis was taken into custody after an impromptu hearing and will now finish his 3-month sentence in jail. WJZ is working to confirm why his sentencing has
Another layer of catastrophe unfolded for Gervonta Davis after he suddenly collapsed in the courtroom following a fresh punishment for yet another violation. The court in Baltimore hosted boxing champion Davis, charging him on 2 separate counts. The first charge stemmed from his hit-and-run incident several years ago. Surprisingly, the boxer had been careless with his previous punishment and came dangerously close to being sentenced again.
Mister, I said, we finally got you. Thank you very much.
However, it was his collapse in court that caught the judge's attention. In addition to the old case, Gervonta Davis has also faced bribery allegations after a recording surfaced containing a conversation between him and referee Steve Willis during his last fight. While there were several arguments, there was evidence suggesting something went wrong between them. However, Davis's lawyer argued that the New York State Athletic Commission had dismissed the case, rendering it null and void. With this, the fallout continues following the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight. Davis was defending his World Boxing Association lightweight title at the Barclays Center in New York on March 1st, in a fight many fans expected to be a straightforward defense for Tank. However, the fight did not unfold that way, with Roach having significant success throughout the contest, leading to a controversial moment in the 9th round. Davis voluntarily took a knee and retreated to his corner, and despite the referee initially starting a count, he chose to stop and not count it as a knockdown. Tank later claimed it was due to grease in his eye. The fight ended in a majority decision draw, with the judges scoring at 115-113 for Davis and 114-114 twice, meaning a 10-8 round for Roach in the 9th would have been enough for him to become the World Boxing Association lightweight champion.
Can you speak on that? You do some book stuff? No personal opinion, nothing?
It has now been revealed what Roach said to the referee during that controversial moment, making it clear what he thought the referee should have done. Keep counting, keep counting. Roach then explained what was going through his mind at the time. The referee started counting, but I saw Davis get up and go to a corner. Now I'm confused. I was focused on the referee counting, and when I looked at him in the corner, I was like, what is going on? I wanted this to be a knockdown, because it should have been. I asked him, why did you stop counting?
No, you guys, calm down, you guys, calm down. Hey, come on now. I'm trying to get in there.
Roach's team filed an official appeal over the verdict, but the New York State Athletic Commission ruled that the result would remain the same. However, Lamont Roach Jr.'s confidence is sky high at the moment. You might think that after the New York State Athletic Commission shot down his appeal to overturn the controversial draw in his March 1st bout against Gervonta Davis, he would quiet down, but nope. He's still aiming for Tank every chance he gets. The frustration is understandable, sure, but at this point, a rematch is what both sides want, so just sign the contract and settle it in the ring, right? Well, it seems there's some trash talk to get out of the way before that happens.
Davis.
It's not just about the fight anymore. Just a few days ago, Lamont Roach Jr. got into an online argument with fellow boxer Lorenzo Simpson, who backed Gervonta Davis and claimed Tank would put Roach to sleep in a rematch. Instead of keeping his cool, Roach tried to flex his pockets, offering a $250K bet and saying, "Yeah, 250K, just like I bet your role model. If you can show it to me, we good money, little guy." He's brimming with confidence, no doubt, but now he's taking it a step further. A few hours ago, he casually threatened Gervonta Davis in an Instagram post, which Ring magazine highlighted in their coverage of Lamont Roach Jr.'s latest Instagram activity.
Niggas are not what's name. Not playing. Like, come on, bro. Y'all niggas is crazy. So we elsewhere with that shit.
Lamont Roach alluded to a rematch against Gervonta Davis in an Instagram post today, with the caption reading, "The The 25-year-old boxer said in the post, "I showed that I was a pound-for-pound talent against a generational star in the sport. I was born a star, but on March 1st, a star was finally under the microscope of the world. I can't wait to run it back and put on a show again." So why does Lamont Roach Jr. think he's a pound-for-pound talent? For starters, everyone witnessed that ninth-round moment when Gervonta Davis took a knee. Tank swears it wasn't a punch but rather a mix of hair grease and sweat that blinded him, forcing him to take a knee. Some folks bought that excuse, but plenty gave Roach his flowers for the non-knockdown.
Just off the top, man, I was, a little disappointed. Just for the sake of boxing itself, and obviously my result of the fight. I think.
But is that one moment enough for Roach to believe he's better than Davis? Probably not. Another reason his confidence is sky high could be Ring Magazine's latest pound-for-pound rankings, where Devin Haney took Davis's spot, and ESPN now has Roach sitting at number 6 in the 135 lb division. That kind of recognition can definitely boost a fighter's ego. As for Gervonta Davis, is he doing anything about all this? Yes and no. After initially stating he wanted the rematch by the end of May, he's gone radio silent, which is unusual for Tank. He's usually quick with the trash talk, but this time, the 30-year-old has been keeping quiet. And when a fighter like him goes silent, it usually means he's cooking up something big.
The key that they pointed out the things that were actually done wrong, and there's still no movement to overturn the fight. Just really saddened me a little bit. But
if this rematch happens, and Roach's promoter Gary Jonas insists it will, it might deliver the fireworks fans expected the first time around. But the real question is whether Tank is plotting a stronger comeback, or looking for the exit door. Gervonta Davis has already hinted that he only has 3 or 4 fights left before he retires, and let's be honest, if he's nearing retirement, he'll be chasing the biggest payday possible. Now, think about it. Does a rematch with a relatively unknown name like Lamont Roach Jr. generate the kind of money he's looking for, or would he earn far more by locking in fights with bigger names like Shakur Stevenson?
Of the New York State Athletic Commission, I kind of accepted my fate just a little bit. I had a lot of hope though. I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of hope.
Funny enough, Tank originally dismissed the New York native, saying he hadn't done enough for the sport of boxing. However, in a recent sit-down with NBA analyst Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, he suddenly seemed more open to the idea. A match with Ryan Garcia would also be a big moneymaker, but it's not happening anytime soon. Garcia first has to get past Rolly Romero on May 2nd, and if he wins, he'll have Devin Haney waiting for him, assuming Haney beats Jose Carlos Ramirez that same night. So, Tank versus Garcia 2 is a possibility, but it's going to take some time that Tank may not have to spare, especially since Roach has been all over his case, even while he's been dealing with a court case.
I have to come with it all. I have to do more. Obviously, just to secure the win, is doing just.
A Baltimore judge spared World Boxing Association lightweight champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis jail time on Wednesday, after he admitted to violating his probation for a hit-and-run that injured 4 people, including a pregnant woman. Circuit Judge Aaliyah M. Handy instead extended his probation for 18 months and directed him to make a $1,000 donation to the Community Assistance Network. Davis, 30, now of Parkland, Florida, admitted that he left the Sunshine State without approval to travel. His probation agent in Maryland happened to spot him dining on January 22nd at Proper Cuisine on East Redwood Street, near South Calvert Street in downtown Baltimore, less than half a mile from the Clarence M. Mitchell and Elijah E. Cummings courthouses. Handy noted that Davis's probation agent in Florida had been generous and approved travel passes for him to visit the U.S. Virgin Islands twice.
We elsewhere with that shit. And niggas dick eating like they start, like, come on. When I start wearing chrome heavy and showing shit off, and that's what.
Plus, Handy noted that she had granted Davis permission to attend the 2024 Paris Olympic Games to support and advise Team USA Boxing, but she denied his request to travel to Japan for his 30th birthday. At the same time, Handy stated she didn't believe sentencing him to additional jail time would accomplish anything. "I don't like sending anyone to jail, sir. I really don't," Handy said. "But you need to wake up, please." She later added, "I don't ever want to see you in court again." In 2020, Baltimore boxing champion Gervonta Davis was sentenced to 90 days of home detention for a hit-and-run incident.
I listened to everybody to the T. He's mad that I bought a property, that's why I'm sitting in jail.
Baltimore boxing champion Gervonta Davis pleaded guilty to a hit-and-run in a hearing that marked the latest chapter in the legal saga for the boxer, who grew up in West Baltimore and boasts a record of 30-1. He recently held on to his belt after fighting Lamont Roach to a majority draw. In 2023, Davis pleaded guilty in Baltimore Circuit Court to 4 traffic offenses related to the hit-and-run. The crash occurred around 2 a.m. on November 5, 2020, when Davis ran a red light at Martin Luther King Jr. and Washington Boulevards in his 2020 Lamborghini Urus, striking a 2004 Toyota Solara and slamming into the fence of a 7-Eleven. The Baltimore Banner thanks its sponsors.
She wanted me to be in an apartment, a one-bed apartment.
Handy sentenced Davis to 90 days of home detention and 3 years of probation, stating that he had demonstrated a consistent pattern of disobeying the law. Davis was supposed to stay at the home of his longtime coach and trainer, Calvin Ford, but Handy later revoked his home detention after learning that Davis had been serving his sentence in a Four Seasons hotel and a $3.4 million penthouse condo in Locust Point. In a now-deleted Instagram Live, Davis called Handy crazy and claimed, "She locked him up because, basically, I bought a property." The Baltimore Banner thanks its sponsors.
Take that. She wanted me to stay in the one-bed apartment and have my kids and nothing come visit me, things like that. I just want to spread light on this situation.
Davis spent more than 6 weeks in jail, and during Wednesday's hearing, both of his probation agents recommended jail time. Davis's probation agent in Maryland, Kia Yancey, stated that she often has to contact members of his team or his attorney to get in touch with him, adding, "He's a grown man." Handy responded, "I don't understand." Assistant State's Attorney David Owens, chief of the Misdemeanor Jury Trial Unit, said he spoke with Baltimore State's Attorney Ivan Bates about the case and proposed a $5,000 fine. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new updates.